Okay, let's see. I've started it. Okay. Who's SJ?
I wouldn't let in anybody we don't know those names.
No, see, there's already students trying to get in. Hey,
But are they
Felicity.
in the waiting room, right?
Hey, Julie, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, we're trying to get in. It says the meeting has expired.
No, you're
And I
fine.
went to the bulletin board. It says 10 o'clock, so I don't know.
No, I'm in here now. Try again. I'm letting, we were in a practice session. So now we should be good. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's
meeting ID.
hello. There's students.
Webinar has expired.
Yeah, just go to the link on your calendar, on your Google Calendar at 10 o'clock, that link.
Okay. Google Calendar. I don't have any link on my calendar. I don't know why. Okay, I will
start our video.
Hi, Miss Allen.
Okay, hold on. Felicity, hold on.
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on one second.
Felicity, tell me to put the ID.
Oh, so we have to put the ID. Okay.
Okay.
We don't know what's the ID number.
How?
It's in the invite. It's in the invite.
Julie, can you hear me?
Okay, so I'm gonna mute everybody because there's too many people talking and the students are here. And so I'm gonna mute everybody for a second while I figure out what to do with some of the students, and I make sure everyone who's a panelist is a panelist. Sharonda and Diamond, can you go ahead and make the people co-hosts who are supposed to be co-hosts? And then I'm going to allow panelists to start your video. So if you are on staff, you should be able to turn your video on now. Can we just make sure everybody, yep, there we go. Okay, so who is SJ? Let me allow you guys.
Jordan.
That's Summer Jordan. That was a student.
Okay, that should not be a panelist. I'm gonna put her back.
Okay, I'm in. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Sharonda, can you move Summer back, or did you already do that?
No, I didn't do that. I was trying to.
Okay, let me make Felicity a panelist. Okay, and so, oh, she's on hold. She's in the waiting room.
Put them in the waiting room.
Yep. Can we enable the waiting room for everyone?
We probably can. Hold on.
See, I think once we're out of the practice mode, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so Vidushi, can you unmute yourself? Are you a co-host yet? You can't unmute yourself. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, now can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I can now.
But now anyone who's a panelist will be able to unmute themselves. So I don't want that because all the students are going to become panelists when we turn their cameras on throughout the video. So I actually only want, I'm going to make so you can unmute yourself, but Vidushi, as a co-host, you should be able to unmute yourself, or we'll just invite you to unmute yourself. If something happens, we'll just.
And if I can't, I'll just chat it in so that you know.
Do you have a chat feature?
I do. There's a chat feature and there's a Q&A feature.
Okay. It looks like we still got 4 students in here.
Yeah, we do have 4 students. So you can't put people on as panelists or co-hosts. You can't unmute either, Diamond.
I can unmute now, but like when I click on people's names to either like do anything, the only option I have is chat.
I have the option to remove them, but I don't know if that blocks them from coming back.
Okay, it does, so don't do that. So let me go to panelists and make sure that, so now there's no thing for me to make you a co-host, Diamond. So Sharonda, you and I are just gonna have to, everyone whose hand is raised during those 18 minutes, you and I are the only ones I think who can move the students over into panelists. I don't think Diamond and Bree and Kalisha are gonna be able to help.
Oh, because we had to have made them pan- or co-host beforehand?
I guess I'm not sure why it's not letting me make them co-host like it did in the practice, but it's okay. The two of us can just do it. We'll just
I
have to
can make
be,
Diamond a co-host. I have the option.
oh, you can.
Yeah, I just clicked. So you may go
Okay.
to
When
co-host.
I'm looking at it, it says like Sharonda is the host and
To be with us, whether you're in between work calls or you're getting ready for a day of learning. We're just so appreciative and grateful that you would take the time to be with us this morning. You know, you can already tell that this UN Day is so different from most UN days being virtual. And people ask me all the time, you know, how is school different and how is it going? And while a lot of things are really different, I have to tell them and tell you all that the things that make ICS special are the same. They're not different. And so the thing that makes us the most special is things like today, where we celebrate diversity and we remember that ICS is about people from all over the world, every country, every language, every religion, every social class, every background you could think of coming together and not just tolerating each other, but wrapping our arms around each other, embracing each other and celebrating that diversity because we know that we're stronger together than we ever would be apart. And so that's what today is all about. It's reminding us that that has not changed, even though many things in our day-to-day life have changed. And if there's one thing that 2020 has taught us, it's that ICS is so much more than a school building. It's actually a feeling that you carry with you in your heart of beloved community. And so even though we're not physically together today, that beloved community and that feeling of ICS is with us, even virtually. Some of the other things that haven't changed are, for example, whenever in the building a kid would be running down the hall or doing something, not making a great choice, I would always say, my number one job is to keep you, and the kids would say, safe, because we know that at ICS, our staff's number one job is to keep our kids safe and protect their well-being every day of every year, not just during a global health pandemic like COVID-19. And we also know at ICS that we teach the whole child. We have morning meetings, closing circles, community gatherings, restorative discipline. We have amazing art, music, PE classes. And we do that not just because our kids are isolated and anxious because of quarantine this year. We do that every day of every year because that's who we are. And finally, we are culturally relevant educators. We work to be the very best that we can be to make sure our lessons are accessible to students from all over the world, that we build relationships that support them, but also challenge them. And we do that every day, not just because our country's long overdue racial reckoning is at our doorstep this year, but because it's what we were founded on. And we know that it's the right thing to do for all of our kids and all of our families. And so many of the core things that make ICS who we are have not changed just because we're in this virtual format. But you're already seeing some things are very different. UN Day will look very different. So I want to share with you what that will be like. And if you're new to ICS, UN Day is typically 3 parts: a parade, a performance, and then a potluck. And so this year, the parade, we have footage of our past parades. And then if you are dressed up in your country clothes, you will get to come on and be seen and celebrated just like you would in a normal year. Our songs and dances, we actually have a really unique opportunity this year. You're going to get invited into the homes and backyards of our students and families to learn song and dance. And there's even a dance lesson, so get ready to move. And finally, for the potluck, we typically all eat together, and it's our favorite time of the whole year. But this year, again, we're really grateful to be invited into the kitchens of our students and our staff, and they're going to share some recipes with us. So get a Post-it, get a pen, get ready to take notes, because there are some delicious foods they're going to share with us. And I just want to take a minute because I know that we may be a little sad that we're not together in person, but I think that there are some moments of gratitude that we can take here today, even as we're virtual. And that is that we get to actually go into each other's homes. You get to be here with me in my home, and we're going to get to see our students and staff in their homes. And that's a really special and unique opportunity. And I want to say thank you and honor the energy and effort that our students and staff put into letting us into their homes today. Finally, today you'll see a story from one of our community members that she'll talk about what ICS means to her. And then finally, you all will get to all engage if you're dressed up in your country clothes. So students, you'll notice that this Zoom room is a little different. There's not a chat or an annotate the way that your normal classes are, but don't worry. If you are dressed up for UN Day, you are gonna get to raise your hand, and I see there's a couple people already doing it. You're gonna get to raise your hand, and me and some of the other staff will come around while the video is on, and we will allow you to turn your camera on. And families, if you wanna be on camera, we would love to see your beautiful faces and your beautiful clothing as well. So you'll be welcome to engage. So by the end of the video that you're about to see, we'll have up to 100 people visible, and we'll be able to celebrate all these beautiful people that make up our beloved community. So again, I see people already raising their hand, and that is if you are dressed up in your UN Day clothes. If you're not dressed up, don't raise your hand because we can only allow 100 people. So we wanna make sure that we save those spots for folks who are dressed up and ready to come on camera. Other than that, welcome again to UN Day. Thank you for being a part of the beloved community. Thank you for all the time and energy and resources you pour into making ICS the very best it can be. And I hope you enjoy the show. Bree, you have to go back and unmute yourself. Can you start over? Thanks.
Wouldn't it be terrible? Wouldn't it be sad if just one single color? Was it all the color we had?
If everything was purple or red or blue or green.
If yellow, pink, or orange was all that could be seen?
Can you just imagine how droll the world would be if just one single color was all we got to see? Welcome to UN Day. Here are some pictures from last year's UN Day.
It's me, it's me, it's me, the real community. It's me, it's me, it's me, the real community. It's me, it's me, it's me, the real community. It's me, the real community. Oh, roll over the ocean, roll over the sea, roll the sea, your heart will community. Roll over the ocean, roll over the sea, roll the sea, your harbor community. It's you, it's you, it's you can build community. It's you, it's you, it's you that build community. It's you, it's you, it's you that build community. It's you that build community. Oh, run over the ocean, run It's us, double community. It's us, double community. Oh, roll over the ocean, roll over the sea. Love to see your heartfelt community. Roll over the ocean, roll over the sea. Love to sing your heartfelt community. It's me, it's me, it's me, the community. It's me, it's me, it's me, the community. It's me, it's me, it's me, the community. It's me, the community. Oh, roll over the ocean, roll over the sea. Love to sing your heartfelt community. Roll over the ocean, roll over the sea. Love to sing your heartfelt community. It's you, it's you, it's you can build community. It's you, it's you, it's you that build community. It's you, it's you, it's you that build community. It's you that build community. Oh, roll over the ocean, roll over the sea. Love to sing your heartfelt community. Love it in the ocean, love it in the sea. Love to sing your heartfelt community. It's us, it's us, it's us, the community. It's us, it's us, it's us, the community. It's us, it's us, it's us, the community. It's us, the
Hello, ICS students and parents. This is Ms. Dawn, and for UND, I am representing Serbia. Serbia is a very small country in Europe and close to Croatia, close to Bosnia, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, and in the south, close to Greece and across Italy. So I have only shirt that representing my country, and in the background you can hear the music. So music is country music that the dancer using to dance. And usually the dancer dancing on their tiptoe, like using the front part of the foot and dancing all the time. So you're gonna see this short video after this, and and enjoy your day, you and them.
Hola a todos. Feliz UN Day. Happy UN Day. So as you guys know, I'm originally from Bogota, Colombia. And I want to share with you guys a little bit about my culture. In Colombia, we have amazing food, we have awesome people, we have beautiful places, and we really like to dance salsa. So today I'm here to show you some steps to learn how to dance salsa, very basic steps. So for this part, I'm gonna need you to get up of your seat and join me in this really easy salsa steps, okay? Are you up? Okay, awesome, let's start. So here we go. The first step that I'm going to teach you, we just do 3 counts. So this is how I do it in my head. So count to 3. We're starting with the right leg. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you start moving your arms. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's the side to side step. And notice that I'm lifting my leg as I go to the right. So I go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's basically the side to side salsa step. And when you do it faster, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 1. Okay, so for the second step, we're gonna go backwards. I don't know how else to call it, but you just go back. So it's the same. You count to 3. You go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Notice that we're doing the same thing. We're lifting one of the legs when we go back. So you go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's a small lift. And then you gotta move your hips and you gotta move your arms. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we can do music. And that's salsa. Thank you guys. Have a great UN Day.
Dance from culture, which is Kurdistan in the north of Iraq. And that's how you really get together in a line and you hold it a pinky. That's how we do hold it a pinky. And you go 1, 2, go. 1, 2, go. And let's see, when you do it with the music, it will go smoother. Let's see if you can listen to music, and I hope everybody will enjoy it and have fun. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, but you can call me Betty, and I'm in 5th grade. And today I'll be talking about the Philippines! Even though the Philippines is a country in Asia, a lot of its food has roots in Spanish culture. This is because the Philippines was colonized by Spain in the 1500s. Empanadas are one of the dishes that were brought to the Philippines during that time. They are still popular today. To celebrate you one day, we made some empanadas ourselves. These have chicken, carrots, potatoes, and peas. The dough and the filling are savory and sweet. We wish we could share them with you. Thank you.
Hi guys, today we want to show you how to make a typical dish from my country, Venezuela. They call arepas. 1 cup of corn flour. Then 1 cup of water. And start mixing with your hand. Now, make a dough with one hand until soft and compact, like this. Then, make a ball like this with your both hand, like this, and flatten. Something like this. Then, heat a grill. Then, heat a grill with a little bit of oil and cook on both sides until toast. When the arepa is ready, open within a half and fill it what you like most, like this. Like an open mouth. I will fill it today with grilled cheese, shredded chicken, and avocado. Okay, this is my arepa. This is a typical dish from my country. Today, I fill it with grilled cheese, avocado, and shredded chicken. I hope you like it. And if you want, put a little bit of mayonnaise, okay? So, bye.
Hi, this is Mr. Huang. I'm super excited to share with you my love of food. We're talking about tacos. Tacos from Mexico. Taco is the kind of food that you can have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's easy and fun to make. Just put some toppings of vegetables and cooked meat on top of the round tortillas. Tortillas are flatbread made with corn flours. The type of tacos you might want to try include guisado, which is cooked vegetables as toppings. Then there's tacos with blue corn, and taco dorado is a kind that you have with deep fried tortillas, crispy and golden. If you're adventurous, you might want to try taco de chapulines, which are fried grasshoppers and potatoes. And then there's regular beef and taco de bistec. And then for fish lovers, there's fish tacos with fried onion rings. Well, try some delicious tacos whenever you get a chance. Ask a friend or a neighbor for their favorite recipe, or you can make it your own. Make it as terrific as you are. Enjoy.
Hi guys, this is Rachel from the Community Resource Center, and here's how you make an easy Austrian apple strudel. So preheat to 375 degrees. You're gonna need 3 medium apples. Peel them with adult supervision, of course. Then chop them into small 1-inch thin pieces. Then you'll stir in half a tablespoon of cinnamon and a tablespoon of sugar. Then you'll open up pre-made puff pastry. Then you will spread your filling across half of it, fold that in half, and then cut slits for steam to escape. Doesn't need to be pretty. Then we're going to do an egg wash. So you're going to crack an egg, stir it up. Now, if you have a pastry brush, you can use this to spread, but I just have a spoon. Then you're going to put it into the oven and let it bake for 20 minutes or until golden brown. And there's your finished strudel. Happy UN Day.
Hello everyone, it's UN Day as we all know, and my favorite part of UN is getting to see all the various culture we share at ICS. So today I'm going to share a little bit about my culture. To start off, I'm from Ghana, located in the western part of Africa. In Ghana, music, food, clothing, and beads are the most important part of Ghanaian tradition. I'll be focusing on beads. As you can see, I have beads all over me. We have the waist beads, the bracelet beads, which I'm wearing, the neck beads too. Beads jiggles and make sounds whenever we move. The neck beads, which I'm wearing, tells of a specific information. It tells something about a family background, status, or clan. Notice how big the beads are? Yes, the larger the beads, the more wealthy your family will be. I hope you enjoyed this little bit about my culture. Thank you.
Hi ICS, this is Kalisha, and the country that I am representing today is Haiti. My parents were born and raised in Haiti, and I think that it is a beautiful, magnificent country. Everything from the music to the food, to the people, to the culture. I love every single bit of it. One of the things that I really appreciate about Haiti is actually in its namesake. Haiti means land of the mountains. And if you go to Haiti, you'll see tons and tons of mountains everywhere you look. People live on the mountains. People go to school. There are churches on the mountains. People have market on the mountains. So I think the mountains is something that I will always admire about Haiti.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vidushi Chaudhary, and you might know me as the gifted and the talent development teacher or someone who works with grants. Welcome to this historic UN Day. Please take a moment, look around at these children, their wonderful shining faces, the culture that percolates through their clothes, through the little glimpses of their home and life that we get. And all through this video, feel free to continue looking at them rather than at me, because they're why we're here. Remember this moment, savor it. It'll be a moment I will remember as well. Let me begin by talking about our school. Our school has been home to the stories of refugees, of immigrants, since it opened its doors in 2002. Today, I'm going to share a little bit of my immigrant story. 9 years ago in India, I was living the life. I had my own company. I used to talk on national stages. I was a teacher trainer. I was a very fancy person. And then I met my husband, who I love. If you meet him, you're going to love him too. Because there is no precedent, nothing in my past that would have indicated that I would move halfway across the world for anyone else or anything else but love. So we moved to Arizona 7.5 years ago, and my life fell apart. Like many who leave their homes and come to a different country, my education qualifications went to zero. I went from living a 70-hour work week to nothing. It's also the first time I left home and stepped out of my country, and it's the first time I became Indian. Until then, I hadn't ever identified as Indian before. I was just me. For a workaholic, overachieving personality, the depression was deep. I had to give myself tasks to not break down. Leave the house once a day. Make sure I interact with another human being who's not my husband. I volunteered, I joined writing classes, I tried any work I could get and still I couldn't find happiness, I couldn't find purpose. People have thought of me as a nice, overweight Indian lady who drives a Mustang. That was the only interesting thing going on with me until I came to Georgia 3 years ago. I lived my life in this daily haze of grief. Grief for the person I'd lost, the loss of identity. And then a few weeks into being here, I landed up at ICS, had an interview, and got this job. And I told myself, I'm going to put my head down, I'm going to work really hard, I'm going to do everything possible to integrate. What I didn't know was that after leaving Bombay, you can see pictures of Bombay in the background, that's my home, this would become my home. My first one in these beautiful United States. This is a school where I'm celebrated, not tolerated, where my clothing, food, festival, my accent are accepted, but they do not define me. My personality and personhood are seen. They're witnessed. I feel in my bones that I'm home. In the years that I've been here, I've learned to live without fear. I've taken career risks. I've gone in this school from homeroom teacher to the gifted teacher to now talent development and writing grants. I've been recognized for my talent. I've been given opportunities. And I've fallen a little bit in love with all of you. These wild, wonderful, vibrant children, my colleagues from all over the world, the generous parent community, and a little bit with the idea of America. My story isn't new or even particularly profound. The school has carried stories like mine for years. In 2002, when a group of friends sat down together, they decided that they were going to create a safe space and a refuge for people, particularly those unique characters and needs that were being ignored. There was a need for a space for that. They said, no matter who you are, refugee, immigrant, local born, this is a place for you. This is a place which recognizes your needs, your tradition, and gives you the tools to succeed. A passport to a better life, to an education, not just an academic one, but one of humanity, one of social and emotional learning, one of tolerance and education of tolerance. And that is what we are constantly striving at ICS to do. In the last few years, you'll have heard about our academic growth. You'll have heard about our improved math and reading results. Our charter school got renewed. The school is much more beautiful. We've had a lot of support from the community. But nothing tests resolve as much as adversity and turbulence. Turbulence isn't new to our community. Many of those in this Zoom room right now have come to the United States because of political instability, for better opportunity, for jobs, and because it was safer to be here. But 2020 has been the year of turbulence. And in the face of this pandemic, this reckoning with race, these elections, the hurricane, the power cuts, all of the things that continue to surprise and happen to us, we have all strived to educate our children. So allow me to brag a little bit about this beloved community. This year has been an opportunity to learn. We have given kids the tools to succeed. Chromebooks, even before the school year began, supplies and materials every 6 weeks, tech workshops and helplines to help with the inevitable Zoom and tech problems. Our Community Resource Center is doing workshops and and classes for parents. We have food pickups for families who've struggled with Wi-Fi. We've tried to help with that. And you continue to trust us and to teach us what you need. Thank you for that. We have tried to listen to parents, teachers, and kids. So let me give every one of these a shout out. A shout out to teachers who've been working long, tireless hours, learning to teach, first to survive and then thrive in this virtual world. Create a virtual space where children want to be. They feel safe. Our attendance rates in this virtual world are incredible. And it is because of the labors of the heart that my colleagues have poured in. They sit up late at night and make lesson plans. They have conversations with each other about making learning meaningful and engaging and rigorous. We worry over the kids, their emotional and mental health, as well as their academic progress. Thank you for all that you do. Also, to our beautiful TAs who pivoted and learned to teach virtually. And they continue to be the translators to our community, using love in place of words. Their giant hearts and readiness to do whatever needs to be done in our school inspires. A shout out to parents. In a time when parents have been protesting and publicly fighting with other schools outside, you have been a light for us. Thank you for putting health first. We are overwhelmed by your support, by your grace, by the grace that you've extended to us. Thank you for giving us your feedback in time and allowing us to work as allies. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate you. And thank you to our children. Children are the hope in the world, and ours give us a lot of hope. They're bright-eyed, they're energetic, they're full of fun and mischief, and they're really being patient in online lessons when they have to sit in one place for longer than they would like. Children, we do this all because we love you. Thank you for being you and inspiring us. And lastly, this is a beloved community. Martin Luther King Jr. envisaged a beloved community as a society based on justice, equal opportunity, and love of one's fellow human beings. That's a huge thing to aspire to, but we aspire to it every day. So it's a principle of our school, and it's something we genuinely live and try to do every day. So those of you who are here for the first time, I think someone's going to put up an invite, but those of you who are here for the first time, we invite you to give your time and attention to ICS. You'll find us to be interesting and charming and perhaps worthy of your time and attention. And we invite you on the 12th of December to come and hang out and learn more about us at 6 p.m. And we'll just put that information up for you as well. With that, I'll end and say Happy UN Day. Big hugs to all of you. Thank you.